Hi, my name is Ekene Chukwu Kesiasionu. I'm a teacher and college advisor with Novella Prep, and I'm fortunate to be able to instruct and help these young students, some athletes, some students, some are both, to achieve their highest potentiality here with Novella Prep. I've always had three dreams in my life. I wanted to be a good husband, great father, and a professional athlete. I used to think I was going to be a professional basketball player, and then it turns out I really can't shoot or dribble that well. So football kind of was more natural for me. So I come from a family of educators and instructors. My grandmother taught in Nigeria. She actually was the first grade teacher of my mother and all of her sisters. So she taught all of her children in the first grade because she felt that if you gave them the right, formal training, that they'd do well going forward. My sister's a professor at USF, so for me, teaching is in the blood. I do believe that if you have a talent, perfect it to the best of your ability, and then give it as a gift. We stress preparing the full human being from a holistic standpoint, right? And that's why I'm on board. That's why I'm excited to be a part of this team. And I'm excited to change and impact lives because the game never ends. And I always tell people, life's a sport, get a coach, right? So we are those coaches for these young students, right? We're helping them be successful. We're helping them learn how to win. We're passing them the keys, right? If you have the key, you can unlock any door. Well, as I looked over the Novella way, right, the way Novella does things, I was really enthused. I was very pleased with the fact that it reminded me of my itinerary back when I played in the National Football League. So basically, when you traveled, we traveled every week for a game, right? You had an itinerary. It was very similar, but depending on where we played, the time we played, and certain maybe conditions with weather and things like that, right? The itinerary was tweaked a little bit. So within that itinerary, I had my own little detailed things for myself, right? That I did before each game, right? I arrived at the stadium a certain time, did certain things, The Novella method is similar to that, I see, because we're really fine-tuning and shaping how students prepare and how they study. And then within the Novella frame, right? They can perfect it and they can tweak it for themselves, right? But we have the overlying, you could say, structure of the Novella way, which I found very nice. And I think it's crucial to success. Number one thing is attention to details. Winning is in the details. Excellence is in the details. You can do something over and over and over, right? I always tell my athletes, practice doesn't make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. That's the same thing off the field too. There are certain ways you can execute and study that are going to make you more successful, say if you do it a way that's not as, great for you. So there are times in the game where you feel like you should have ran to the ball and you didn't give your best effort. You didn't pursue, right? As a linebacker, you're always on the chase. You're chasing down a quarterback. You're chasing down a receiver. You're chasing down a running back. Well, school's no different. We all have dreams and goals. Sometimes we're afraid to say them out loud because of how people might perceive us if we say what we want for ourselves, But at the end of the day, we all are, or we should be pursuing something. And so the same way I run after the ball, I run after grades, or I run after degrees, or I run after jobs, or I run after helping people. Coming into the draft and coming out of college, of course, your 40-yard dash is one of the most important things you're going to do. A fast 40 time can really change your whole draft outlook, right? And the thing about life and the thing about running and the thing about the 40-yard dash is you practice that start thousands of times. You practice it on grass, you practice it on sand, you practice it on turf, you practice it on a track, You're always practicing those first 4 steps, those first 3 to 4 steps. And like I always tell my athletes, every race is won in the first 3 steps. By step 5, everyone's running top speed. The better you do, the more options that you have.